Emily Rogers of Milwaukee wanted to break up with the father of her baby, but dreaded it. She texted a friend on April 27, "I can tell it's gonna be a day." It was Wednesday, April 27. Emily, 23, had a baby daughter with her live-in partner, 35-year-old Nicholas Matson. Matson was being released from custody that day. Arrested on April 17 in connection with an unrelated misdemeanor hit-and-run charge. Matson turned up at home as expected. The reunion had not gone well. She texted a friend, "I literally had to force him to leave." Friend, "You okay?" Quote, Emily, "Not exactly." Friend, "What happened?" Quote, Emily, "I'll call you in a minute." Emily, "If I can." That was the last they ever heard from Emily. The friend made repeated attempts to contact her the following day, but never received a reply. The day Matson came home, Wednesday, April 27, was the day he confided in a friend, I hurt her. Emily was dead." Matson allegedly confessed to breaking her neck or strangling Emily the day he was released from jail, April 27. Later allegedly remarking, "The job is done," adding, "They don't have anything to worry about." On April 28, a neighbor called the police to report seeing Matson with scratches on his face. When questioned, he explained that his dog scratched him. Milwaukee police turned up at the house on April 30 to perform a welfare check on Emily and the baby. Emily was reported missing the same day. Matson was picked up on May 1 for a parole violation. When questioned, he admitted that his relationship with Emily wasn't working out. When asked about the scratches on his face, he blamed his dog. The police, falsely, told him he was caught by a doorbell camera carrying a body out of the house. Matson informed the police he was removing a 400-pound sex doll from the house, and refused to reveal its whereabouts. On May 2, there was a search for Emily in Burnham Park. A friend spotted her cell phone in a bush. Emily and Matson's 16-month-old daughter was found the same day, alive and well. Emily's parents left Texas for Milwaukee and conducted a second search for Emily on May 3. The Milwaukee Police Department confirmed that day their belief that Emily had not disappeared of her own volition and might be a victim of foul play. Her body was found in a wooded area behind an industrial park in St. Francis on May 5. The preliminary autopsy results have not been released. Her grieving father Terry went on record saying that Matson had attacked Emily when pregnant in 2020. Matson was charged with arson, on property other than a building, and disorderly conduct in June 2020. A domestic abuse assessment modifier was added to each charge. In Wisconsin, domestic violence is not a crime on its own but a modifier added onto a criminal or municipal charge. It is not clear if Emily was involved. The charges were dismissed with prejudice in 2021. Terry Rogers has this to say to anyone in an abusive relationship. An abuser will always try to isolate you and make you feel like everything is your fault and no one loves you. It's not true, he stresses. You have family and friends that love you and are willing to help. I want anyone who is going through domestic violence to seek help and get out. The abuser won't change. Matson made his initial appearance in court on Wednesday, May 11, charged with first-degree reckless homicide and hiding a corpse. He is due back in court Thursday, May 19 for a preliminary hearing. Cash bond was set at $500,000. If convicted, Matson faces up to 60 years in prison for the first count and up to 12 years 6 months and $25,000 in fines for the second count.